Oh shit, my bad, bro. I don't know where my head's at. All right, so I'm leaving the shop right now on my way to my little hack for new barbers. You know, I myself am a new barber, beginner barber, barely learning how to cut hair. And you know, as a new barber, I'm sure y'all could relate, if there are any new barbers watching this, getting reps is the #1 hardest thing, bro. Like even more than learning how to cut hair, it's just getting the reps to even be able to cut hair, you know, to be able to learn. So what I did last week, thanks to one of my boys actually that works at the shop, he hooked me up with this opportunity. So I've been going to the South. Well, I went 1 week so far. This is my 2nd week. I'm going right now. But I went to the Salvation Army, and basically what they do is, you know, homeless will get a shower, and then they'll get a haircut, and then they'll get a meal and all that. So this is basically a way to get unlimited reps. You know, every single week I have the opportunity to go and get these reps in. So I'm going again. I'm gonna go every single week for, you know, as long as I can, really. I just appreciate the opportunity, and it feels good to, you know, give back as well. Obviously there's no getting paid or anything like that. It's just having the opportunity to go and learn, get these reps in. That's enough for me. There was a barber there last week, but you know, he's dealing with some stuff. He just hit me up and let me know that he's not gonna be there today, so I'm gonna be the only one there. So it was cool last week because he was there to help me out, kind of guide me when I needed the help. But this week, it's just all your boy. So I think I'll be all right, man. You know, my bad. I have a manual car, so trying to record and do all this is not the easiest, but we getting it done. But yeah, man, I think I'll be all right. I'm confident. We got this. There are quite a few things that I'm still learning, especially with the longer haircuts. But I'm pretty confident, you know, as far as like the fading goes. Obviously I'm still learning, but you know, it's just the scissor over comb, clipper over comb, things like that. It's gonna be a good learning process today. All right, so how you want to get your haircut?
It's the number 2 in the flat top.
What's that?
Flat top? Yeah, the flat top.
A trim on the top?
Yeah.
Okay, so #2 on the sides,
Yeah.
#2, and then a trim on the top?
Yeah.
How short?
Is it, what?
This is a 8.
Yeah, yeah.
So an 8 would be, so if you look in the mirror, oh, can you see that or no? If you look at, hold it real quick. About how much do you want off?
Yeah.
This one here? It would take off about that much.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start with that. Let's, you want to back up a little bit? Let me scoot this back. That way you can see yourself in the mirror. Try that. See yourself? No? Oh well. That too tight?
This?
Good?
Good.
It's not too tight?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm the one you follow. Stop harassing me, please. I'm just trying to get some food.
Oh, va a quedar como nuevo, amigo.
Ah, sí, ¿verdad?
Va a parecer actor.
Oh, como para ir al baile, digo.
Hollywood actor.
Eh,
All right. Clean up your neck real quick. Let me just, all right. Good to go.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, no problem.
Okay.
Anytime.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be doing here?
So just, block it, and my wife blocks it, right?
In the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think a two,
A 2?
or
Just all the way around a 2?
yeah, maybe a one up top and then a two.
Okay.
But
No taper or anything like that?
nah, just
Okay.
it's blocked in the back.
Just keep it
correct?
simple? Yeah.
Keep it simple.
All right, got you. Well, good to go. You might need to just put the towel, get the rest of the hair off of you if there's anything left.
Is that the towel right there? Or?
Yeah, but I used that on the last guy, so that one's clean. Everything good? You want to check it in the mirror?
Yeah. God,
See if there's anything else? Good to go?
Bueno,
All right.
Muy bueno.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Louis, right?
Louis, yep.
All right, Louis.
And your name again was?
Ron.
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 All right, Ron.
Thank you.
Pleasure. You're next? Yeah, go ahead, take a seat. So what are we gonna do?
La uno.
Uno? All the way around?
Sí.
On top?
Sí, aquí.
Uno, and then how about the sides?
Sí. Todo.
Uno?
Sí.
Okay. All right, so what do you want to do? Skin fade?
The lower you can go, just like a mid fade, to make it look kind of fresh.
Okay, mid fade?
Yeah, you can leave the beard.
Leave the beard, and then on top you say,
I'll just leave it that.
leave it like that?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
It's like a touch.
gotcha.
Several days later.
How are you? Good, good. Louis. Eric, nice to meet you. All right, sounds good. What are you trying to do today?
Maybe like a 3 or 4 on top,
Okay,
and then like a skin fade.
okay. About mid-level or?
Whatever you think, man.
Okay, for sure. Got you.
Cool.
You said 4, yeah?
Yeah, about 3 or 4, yeah.
All right. We'll start with the 4. Oh, shit. My bad, bro. I don't know where my head's at. Forgot to put the cape on you. My bad, bro. I don't know where my head's at. About to get you all hairy. Yeah, I film content and things like that, so I like to document everything. Yes, sir. And then just to see, my progress with cutting hair and all that.
How close are you from getting your license?
So I'm doing the apprenticeship program, so it takes about 2 years or so, a little less than 2 years, but I get to work while I'm doing it, so yeah. All right, man, so how y'all liking my little hack for the beginner barbers so far? So this was a little over a month ago, and this has been crucial in my improvement. When first starting this, going and volunteering, I was still super uncomfortable cutting on my own. I hadn't cut on my own that many times. Y'all seen the last video. That was my very first time cutting alone without my mentor. Each other time I've had my mentor there to help me out, and this has just been a game changer for me.
If you would like, Lou, you can put some of this talk on
that
and put it on the face.
And it'll
it'll
got you. Yeah, let's do it.
helps.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're good, bro. I know how it is when you first get out the shower.
Let's rub on
Maybe
my
that's maybe just rub it around in the towel first. That way you don't get all.
face. And it stop sweating?
Yeah, just rub it around a lot. That way it doesn't get your face all white. Yeah, and then maybe after that, rub it with the part that doesn't have it on it. Be good to go. And you see Royce there helping me out. So what they do is they get a shower and then we give them cuts. So yeah, man, I mean, this has been a complete game changer, and I encourage any new barber, any beginner barber just getting started, cutting hair, barbering, look around your area and try to find a place where you can go and volunteer, man. You could get unlimited cuts. And now I do this 2 times a week, and bro, I'm telling you, this has sped up the process so much. I can't tell you how much. Like, this is a complete game changer. But yeah, man, you see right here, we put in that bald line. Now we are putting in that first guide, and that's the one open. And what I use is the custom FX and the Babyliss Low Pro FX1. And everything is linked down below in the description. My social platforms, post a lot over there, some behind the scenes stuff, so y'all might want to go check that out. And man, it was hilarious in the beginning of this cut, that little clip. He for sure thought I messed his hair up. I didn't even realize, I forgot all about it, because this clip, this video, I filmed it a while ago at this point, and I just been putting in work, man. I have a lot of content to edit, like I always say in each video, but we're catching up. We're catching up, so soon enough, you know, we'll be up to date with the videos, and y'all will see my progress and, you know, everything that I've been up to, because a lot can happen in a month, man. So right here you see I'm going in no guard, closed, going up little by little to take out that initial guideline. And something I've improved on a lot with the help of my mentor is giving myself way more space to fade out with those guides. I didn't give myself nearly enough space right here, and I was doing that for a while, so that really messed me up, keeping stuff way too condensed and making it a lot more difficult than it needed to be. But right here in this particular place, we're cutting in a church, and the lighting is super low. Luckily, you see that lit up corner over there behind Royce, where there's a lot of light. That's where we moved to, so that's where we currently cut hair at. But for about 2 or 3 weeks, this is where we were cutting hair, and the light was so low, it was so difficult to see. But we're moving on to the next step. I got the one guard on open, and I am just taking it up. Not nearly enough, but again, this is something I was doing a lot, keeping it way too condensed. Something I've improved on a lot, you know, thanks to the help of my mentor. But right there, now we're starting to fade down, and I believe I'm going with a 3 guard, because we started with the 4, and you know what we're going for here is like a mid to higher level fade. But you know, as a beginner barber, we tend to push things up a bit further than we intend to. What I have started doing, and you know, from my mentor's advice, is to just start the fade lower, like a good amount lower than I want to, or than I think that I need to. That way, when I do push it up more than I expected to, it comes out, you know, how I wanted it. So that's what I do now. But you can see we're just going through the process. And the last guard we used was a 3. So now we're going down to a 2, fading down. And I've really used a lot of different ways of, you know, fading, a lot of different processes, from just things that I've seen, how my mentor initially told me how to do it. And I put it all together, and, you know, through time now I've really come up with a way that works super good for me. And you know, with my mentor's guidance, you know, he really helped a lot, especially recently, to like show me a way that really has kind of cracked the code to the things that I was struggling with. And especially you'll see one of the main things I was struggling with here in this cut. But now we are down to a 1.5. As y'all seen, I switched the guard. And one area I really struggled was remembering where to be with each guard. Cause right now I'm too low for the 1.5. I should be a lot higher, because that right there, that area is for the half guard. Right here, he's just telling me about his head shape and that he got into an accident. He has a metal plate in the back of his head. And a lot of people, you know, that are self-conscious about their head, they'll let you know like, oh yeah, sorry about, you know, my head shape, or whatever the case may be. And I always just let them know like, man, you're good. I've seen much worse. Like, yours isn't even, your head shape's not even that bad. Just make him feel a little bit better. And his head shape really wasn't that bad. You know, it did stick out a little bit in the back, but it wasn't nothing crazy. But next step, you see we got the half guard. And as I said before, I'm just kind of all over the place at this point, you know, with how I was fading the hair, forgetting where I'm at with the guards and where I should be, but just trying to detail it out as best as possible. And this one really, it took me a while, part due to the lighting and then part just from inexperience. Here are the results. As you can see, you know, that bottom line, that was real tough for me for a minute. You know, and still, like, I barely, like I said, I feel like I cracked the code on all the stuff that I was struggling with. Obviously, still not where I want to be at. It's only been 3 months, but I'm improving so much week by week, day by day, and I can't wait to show y'all the updated content. So right here, moving on to the next person in line. And this was the guy in the first video talking to the other dude who I was cutting, if y'all remember. But right here, you know, Royce is just coming to show me real quick how he cuts the top of the hair. And bro, every barber does it differently. So I mean, basically you just gotta take what you like from each person that you learn from, and apply it. My mentor is a hairstylist and a barber, you know, so I tend to just go off what he says because, like I said, he's been doing it 20 years non-stop, like 20 years non-stop, working every single day and putting in hours. Like, this dude works a lot. So I tend to take his advice over anybody else's. At the end of the day, he is my mentor. And at the end of the day, I just feel like the advice he's giving is the best, you know, regardless of if he's my mentor or not. He is a hairstylist, you know, as well as a barber. So, but right here, I am attempting to trim the top, still trying to improve with the shears. You know, everything is a process. There's so many different, you know, variables that goes into cutting hair. So just trying to get it as best I can, as even as possible, trimming the hair on top. And the good thing about doing this is these people are not super picky. Obviously, you'll always run into those guys who, you know, no matter if they're getting a free haircut or what, they're gonna be a little extra. But I've yet to come across that. I've only, you know, come across super cool people who they're just happy to get a cut. You know, they're always really super happy at the end of the haircut. And that's another thing with this is, yes, we're getting our reps in, we're improving, but also we're doing a good deed, man. It feels really good to make these people who are less fortunate feel good about themselves. And really, like, this could, in all honesty, these haircuts can change these people's lives, because a haircut ain't cheap nowadays, and that could be all it takes to make someone feel good about themselves, go get a job, and turn their life around. So, you know, I can't tell you the amount of times that someone has thanked me so much, and they were so grateful for, you know, the haircut that I gave them. So it feels really good, man. And here I am forgetting to put the cape on once again. I don't know where my head was that day, but we getting the cape on, about to get him right. And this one right here was a struggle for me, you know, even the first one as well, but it was just super hard to see, man. And then those chairs that they got right there, you see me like having to slouch over super low. I can only imagine with Royce, like, you know, how he's feeling, because he has back issues. So I'm down there bending hella low, trying to get the line as straight as possible. But we're putting in that bald line, and we'll go through the whole process on this one, since, you know, I was kind of talking through the last process. But putting in that bald line, trying to get it as even as possible. And right here, this is where I'm trying to work on my speed, you know, because really here you have free range to just really practice and perfect little things that you can't really do in the shop. Because in the shop, there's a different type of pressure with the paying customer, as opposed to, you know, these people who are just happy to get a haircut. So you could kind of practice and work on things, you know, with a different type of confidence, because knowing that, you know, these people aren't paying and they really don't care. Even if you mess up their hair, most of them are gonna be like, yeah, whatever, you know, they don't really care. So I haven't messed anyone's hair up, you know. Obviously I've given, you know, mediocre haircuts to some and better haircuts to others, but I haven't totally messed someone's hair up. So right here, I was about to start my process, but there was a little too much bulk for me. So what I'm gonna do is, I was asking Royce right there for a hair clip. I was gonna clip the hair, but I don't know. Right here, I've learned so much, like, just to hold that hair, you know, and that's basically what I ended up doing, was just holding it while I cut. And what I'm going to do is just debulk that area. Sorry for standing right in front of the cut. But you see that shirt right there, man. Go follow the IG channel. Those are some shirts that I made just to promote myself. But yeah, we going around and we are debulking. I don't remember which guard I used to debulk, but it was probably, if I'm going up that high, it would have to have been like the 4 or the 6 guard. And right here, we are starting the process. No guard, all the way open, going around the head. And another thing that I've done a lot better, that I've improved at, is right here, I wasn't giving myself enough space. So I thought I was, you know, making it wide enough, I guess you could say. Is it wide enough or high enough? Maybe high enough, you know, because I always heard give it a finger's length. So in my head, I was doing a finger's length, but, you know, with the advice from my mentor and everything, he said to give myself a little bit more space to fade into that. So that's what I've been doing, and it's helped a lot. I can't tell you how much that has, changed the game for me. A few things that I've implemented recently have really changed the game for me. So right here, I ended up going too high. So I don't know if I'm already starting to fade down or if I'm putting the one in right here. I apologize for not remembering the steps. I did these videos a while ago. So for the newer videos, obviously I'm gonna remember the exact steps that I took. That way, I could let y'all know exactly what I'm doing the whole way through. But I went higher than I wanted to initially on this one, so I kind of effed myself over. So I had to kind of try to finesse it at certain points. And at this point, I don't even think I had done too much clipper over comb or anything like that. Actually, I know I hadn't. I've done it like once or twice. And even now, I've done it a few more times, but I'm still like barely like learning and getting better at that. But drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think of this hack, and let me know if y'all have ever used it. I mean, I'm just saying hack because, it's not really a hack, but it kind of is in a way, because I don't know if that many people are utilizing going out and volunteering, because this has really been a game changer for me, like I said. You can see me right there having to look super close because I really couldn't see anything, and I go back and forth. I think right here I have the half guard on and I'm trying to like flick stuff out, and from a distance the fade don't look too bad right here. Y'all will see the end results obviously, but I definitely didn't give myself enough room. So I was going back and forth, switching guards, going steps back in the process, and just trying to finesse it to come out as best as possible. All little things that over time, the course of a month, I've improved on a lot. And right here, you see I broke out the comb. I'm trying to finesse it and make it, come out good. Your boy was struggling with this cut for sure. Using the corners, going back to guards that I probably shouldn't have been using and didn't even know where I was putting them, within that fade or within those steps that I set in. But I was just trying to do my best, and here we go with the thinning shears, trying to smooth everything out. And I've gotten a lot better with the thinning shears, and learning how to use clipper over comb and then coming in with the thinning shears. And honestly, those steps are game changers, especially with how I like my haircuts to be. I'm really liking the process that I'm using now. I'm getting closer and closer to being able to actually give tips and advice to barbers, barely starting, on what process I found to be best, for me as a beginner. So, y'all just hold on a little while and I'm gonna be able to give some better tips. But for the experienced barbers, watching my videos, feel free to, give any information that you want down below in the comments. I love to hear different people's takes and how they approach haircuts and what they think the best process and what the best steps are to take as a beginner barber, as a barber period. It's always good to hear everybody's opinion. So this is how the cut came out. As y'all can see, not the best, honestly, especially on the opposite side that y'all were seeing. I went up a little higher, and that's something that I'm even now that I tend to do sometimes, that I need to get better at. Kind of actually messed up on that side. And even like the whole fade is just too condensed. Like I said, I didn't give myself enough room, and I tried to, still make it work. But now I've learned to, like I said, start a lot lower than I initially think that I have to, and that has helped tremendously. But let me know what y'all think. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought of the video. And comment down below if you're gonna go implement this and, look for a spot in your area to go and do this, man. It's a really good way to go and get reps. But until the next time, man, I'm gonna see y'all on the next video.